So here is our half polished, half smoothed benchy, just to show you how much you can literally see your face in a 3D print if you do it in the right way, even if it's been filament extruded on a bed. Yes, really. And you can get filament based printing looking as smooth as resin prints, which is something I had to do. I don't have anything to prove. Having made props for films and various other things, you have to get these things to a certain level. There's some great little tricks and techniques, but what I'm just going to cover for now is going to be some of the consumables that you need to do that. Next video I will start going over the techniques and stuff. I don't want to make it too easy for everyone straight off the bat, but if you're using sandpaper, you know, great for little indents and things like that, little sanding sticks and stuff. But really, when it comes to large surface areas, you know, the stuff you're going to need, watch the rest of the video, it will all make sense. And really also the same stuff applies to metal and other materials. There is no real big difference other than how much pressure you use and how rigorously you use it, and that's the truth. And have a look at the benchy, as you can see at the bottom, all shiny. We left the obvious top half, it's a benchy, but just to show the contrast, I think this is a good photographic example. There's lots of other things that I've done this technique on, but I can't show you because the people I freelance for will kill me, and so will the film companies that employ them.
Okay, I don't know how good the audio is on this, but hopefully you can. Norton Rapid Blend, and this is what so it's like a grey unitized material. You can buy these online, Amazon and stuff. Like in the UK, these are like tenner each. You can get equivalent ones from people like Metal Links, but there's tons of different companies that make these. This is a slightly different grade from the grey. So some of these average out sort of between sort of 250 and like 400 grit, but they're much faster because you can put them on a grinder. So if you've got a high speed grinder like the old school Makitas here, these things are indestructible. 11,500 RPM, secret weapon for polishing with a special adapter on that we make ourselves, and it just allows you to get the prep done. Here's the top of the head off of a classic British motorcycle, so we're just getting all of the blending done in these hard to reach little bits in here, and you can then they do blue rapid blends as well that are even more coarse than the grey and the dark grey material, and then you can mount them on these 6mm to 3mm adapters to go in something like a Dremel, which are amazing. So it allows you to get on and do really cool in between bits much faster than using, say, stuff like this nonsense. These are great before polishing, just to get the surface a little bit more, you know, finely sanded, but to actually get the work, the butt of the work, and get the pores and the deep pits and stuff, because when you look at how coarse that casting was, to get it smooth like this, so wheel and then a little bit of that and then a little bit of these, we cut, so when they get too small to use in this size, we cut them up and we mount them on the leftover Dremel sticks from these. So, and then we just glue them on, but you can also get these screw-on ones and make your own ones. So we use a hole cutter set to cut these out, and then we can make different size versions of these. But example, so when we've got the big one on the big boy unit over here, so when spark this up, so that's no joke, that thing's got electric speed controller in it and a proper big unitizer as well, so you can do some serious damage with that in like a small amount of time. But more importantly, you know, you can get things from rough cast to looking beautiful in no time. So yeah, yours. So but also, what else, over here on the other bench, so being able to do things like fine repairs on, for instance, this crown. So I've TIG welded the brass back together where this broke. The customer gave it to us to polish, and so we pre-polished the whole thing. We've done the repair. We can't silver solder it because there's already silver solder in that area on that repair there. So we TIG welded it, and instead of using filler rods because they dissolve too quickly, neat little trick, brass washers. Cut them up, place them, a bit like using silver solder. But also, this will break the internet when I put the video out in a few weeks, but the #1 way to smooth out FDM prints is, believe it or not, with these and these. So Scotch Brite wheels are a fantastic way of getting things like this beautifully smooth and ready to paint. So if you've got an FDM printer, you can put it back to work. And the other secret trick is in here. This is a polishing compound called Vonax, and Vonax, in conjunction with polishing mops and satin wheels. So a super fine satin wheel like this will get a 3D print smooth. No need for sandpaper, because sandpaper is a waste of time. These are really good for getting into fine areas. Decent reach on these. You can pick these up from, I get a lot of my stuff from the polishingshop.co.uk. Those guys are brilliant, based up in the Midlands. And then also Vonax with polishing mops, either the single stitch or the loose variety. Over here. Oh, there we go. So with a loose mop, you can get 3D prints smooth and shiny very, very quickly with Vonax, which was specially invented for these things. When I see people sanding headlights and stuff, I want to cry, because if they just use Vonax, it'd take like a fraction of the time. These are razor mops. These are really great for getting into detail areas on things like this, but also great for getting into detail areas on 3D prints as well. And there you go. So that is the gist of it. And as you can see, I mean, I polish and restore full time for a living, so I'm always doing, you know, everything from things like this. That's in the process of being done, as is this. Little caps that go on this doodah over here. So yeah, as you can see, we're getting there. But no, so it's just a case of sizing everything from small up to big, up to biggest over there. So I hope this has been useful, and ciao for now.